Breaking news, Amakhosi, breaking news. Unbelievable news. A I don't know when this last happened for Kaizer Chiefs, but history has been made. No Kaizer Chiefs player made it into the Bafana squad that will be playing in AFCON. How the mighty giant of Kaizer Chiefs has fallen. Is it wrong? Is it right? We discuss. But before we get into that, please like and subscribe. Join the channel, guys. Become members. Subscribe. Comment. Even if you're gonna comment and say Zabala, Zabala, we want all kind of comments here. And yeah, happy December. Stay safe to those who are still traveling back, and some, are knocking off now. They're actually going home now. So safe travels to those guys. But before we get into anything, guys, before we get any further, please like and subscribe and become members. Join. We have over 2,000 subscribers. We're going for 10k. But yeah, Kaizer Chiefs, the Hugo process. I now go make the squad. I make the squad for South Africa. No Kaizer Chiefs player good enough for my team, so I pick the players I pick. And you know what? I agree with Hugo Bros. I am a Kaizer Chiefs fan, supporter through and through. Meaning, in the tough times, I am here. I am with you guys. We are suffering together. 8 years of no cups, going to 9, going to 10, whatever. We have no cups. But we are here. We're standing as a support group. We are fighting. We challenge management. We create podcasts. We create YouTube channels to talk. We create spaces on Twitter. We do all kinds of things to fight for our team. But today, I'll tell you this, Amakhosi supporter. There is no Kaizer Chiefs player in the current squad that deserves to be in this Bafana squad. None whatsoever. None. Let me tell you how crazy this is. Even the players who left Kaizer Chiefs like Ngezana and Blom didn't make the squad. So the big question is, do we have that lower quality player? Or is our coaching so bad over the past few years that it's degraded the level of our standard of play, and it has forced players who are stars to no longer come out as stars? And what I'll tell you is that it's a bit of both, but more that we don't have quality. Quick thing that I want to show you what happened. Chippa United has a right back, a crazy strong defensive right back. In my mind, I was like, yo, this guy is very good. I saw him play against Chiefs. I saw him play against Pirates and all these teams. And I was like, Chippa is a very good right back. And this guy has pace. Guess what? Sundowns signed that right back. Let me tell you why I'm saying guess what. Sundowns signed this right back. Sundowns has Mudau. Sundowns has Tapole Moren. Do you understand, Guti? This is a team that does not need that guy. Hey guys, do you understand that? This team does not need that guy, but they're preparing for the future. What does preparing for the future mean? A lot of you are asking me. What does it mean? Mudau may not stay at Sundowns through Jan. Through Jan, Mudau may find himself in Europe. Mudau is going to AFCON, is going to perform. Mudau in the January transfer window may bounce. But what does a team that is prepared for their star player to possibly bounce do? They sign a replacement. Allende, Cirino, all these players may leave end of this season. They have already signed a replacement for those players, because the player who they signed as a replacement, who actually plays the position of Allende, when you think about it. So Sundowns is prepared that Allende may leave. So now the question is, Kaizer Chiefs had great players. Kaizer Chiefs had great players in Itumeleng Kune. Kaizer Chiefs had great players like Yeye Litulunyane, Simpiwe Shabalala. As much as some of you may hate me saying that, but even Willard Katsande, as much as even when I say it, I'm like, ish, but Willard Katsande played his role. They had that, The Willard Katsande one I'll say is a bit unfair, because Willard Katsande's replacement was supposed to be Wiseman Meyiwa, so we all know what happened there. So this one I won't talk about. I'll exclude Willard Katsande. These were the players who played for Kaizer Chiefs, the core players of our team. We had the Knowledge Musonas. Here, guys, do you understand? These are the core people of our team, the Knowledge Musonas, guys. Hmm? We had the Mandla Masangos, the Libisis, who weren't that great, but because they played amongst great players, it elevated their games. What am I saying? What am I trying to say? Say, get to the point. And this is my point. My point is, we have not replaced Yeye Litulunyane in the middle. Matt is not a replacement for Litulunyane. Mtetwa is not a replacement for Litulunyane. Sitebe is not a replacement for Litulunyane. Shabalala. Saile is not a replacement for Shabalala. Dolly is not a replacement for Shabalala. Shabalala used to make Dolly sit bench. Angithi siyantshela. So Dolly is a good player, but even at Sundowns, they never put all their eggs in the basket of Dolly. Dolly was a support player, meaning good. Dolly never scored every game at Sundowns. Dolly never assisted every game, but Dolly created movement to help create these spaces. So I'll even include Kama Billiard. Who is our replacement for Kama Billiard? Potsani. Come on. Now, I'm saying this to say, Hugo Bros is right for not selecting any Kaizer Chiefs players, and I support him. No Kaizer Chiefs player will be there. Dupree injured, not scoring goals. How will you include him? Me personally, I like Dupree, but I understand why they wouldn't include him. Mtetwa is actually in as a standby. But if you think about it, Mtetwa is a standby not because of he's a Chiefs player, but because he was a Stellenbosch player. Because if we're all honest, when Mtetwa what the performances Mtetwa has displayed at Kaizer Chiefs have not been good. So he doesn't even deserve to be in Bafana based on his Chiefs performances. You know, these are the players. Msingango lost his position in the squad to Ngobo when Umulife was the coach. So this is what I'm saying. Peterson fumbled. Bavuma has only played like 3 games, guys. A goalkeeper, you can only have a proper assessment with him with 10 to 14 games. 3 games is not enough. In the past 3 games, who have we played? Polokwane City, struggling. Morocco Swallows, players don't want to play. They're not getting paid. Richards Bay, sitting second to bottom. Richards Bay even had a even worse coach than Molefe Ntsiki, if I have to be honest. So in the past 3 games, Bavuma has been coached. He's been goalkeeper against 3 of the worst teams in the league. We beat them because we have to. We have better players than them. Now I'm saying this. Players like Abom Shabalala, players like the young ones, Samkelo Zwane and all these guys, they are not stars. They are complementary pieces to a star. What does that mean? It means that we need star players in our team that will elevate the game of Mdu Shabalala, Samkelo Zwane, etc. Right now, the quality of the Chiefs level of players is so low that it can't get the best out of the talent that is there. What do I mean? If Kaizer Chiefs had Yeye Litulunyane and Kaizer Chiefs still had some pure Shabalala, Kama Billet, imagine what, and let's even say Gatsand, imagine what Simpilo Ngobo and Mdu Shabalala would be playing with the likes of Shabalala, playing with the likes of Yeye, playing with the likes of Knowledge Musona. Imagine what they would be. Let me tell you what Kaizer Chiefs used to be. Kaizer Chiefs used to sign the most talented players of the league, and those most talented players of the league would come into Chiefs, no matter the coach, and they would figure things out even when the coach's system is useless. They would figure things out. When right now Baxter came back to Chiefs and he was coaching a useless squad, we saw what happened. He failed dismally. What was the difference between the Baxter of now recently who came and the Baxter of back then? The Baxter of back then, guys, had Yeye, Gatsande, Itumile Nkune at his height. At his like height of his career. He had Ushabalala, he had Abo Libisi, he had Abo Masango, that is who Baxter had at his disposal. So now the Baxter who came back did not have these good players. He had average players. And he was expected to do miracles with average players. His defensive line consisted of Abomotoho at his peak, Tefo Mashamaite at his peak. Morgan Gold was still benched to these guys at his peak. That is what I'm trying to outline here. Kaizer Chiefs has fallen so badly that we can't make, not even one player, even a goalkeeper can't make the Bafana squad. Usually we would be guaranteed to make the Bafana squad through Kune Iltumilen Kun. But now we can't even do that. So, how the mighty have fallen. Today is a sad day in history. I don't know when last we took a team to AFCON without a Kaizer Chiefs player. It is a sad day indeed. It is a day that will be marked in history as the worst, as the fall of a big giant. Kaizer Chiefs is no longer a big team that has not won a cup in 8 years, a big team that has now no player in the Bafana squad. It even makes you wonder that the previous coaches probably had favoritism towards Kaizer Chiefs, because Hugo Bros has not in any way cared who Kaizer Chiefs is. He said he will pick the best player. Right now, the best players are Sundowns. If I'm not mistaken, Sundowns has 10 players out of 23 players in the squad. Even Polokwane City has Oswin Apollos in that team. Let me tell you how bad it is, guys. Evidence Mahopa and Lipasa are not scoring goals. They made the team, but you can't pick one player at Kaizer Chiefs who you think would be better than them currently. A lot of you would say, hey, Dupree has been injured. You can't take a player who has just come back from injury to a major tournament. He hasn't had enough time to really show what he can do. You know? A lot of you are like, Nkosi Ngobo deserves to be in Bafana. Who is he going to replace? Jaden Adams, Tebogo Mokoena. Yeah? Who is he going to replace? Let me tell you, this guy left, Hugo Bros left Masangwai. Hugo Bros left Mufukeng. These are the players Hugo Bros left, and you guys want to tell me Ngobo will get ahead of these guys? You are crazy. I love Ngobo and he's not getting ahead of these guys. Yes, Ngobo has talent that he has not tapped into. But he has not tapped into it now. Until he has tapped into that talent, he will not make that Bafana squad. Until he avuke macandeni. This all stems from bad coaching, bad management, bad structure. The mighty Chiefs has fallen. It's a sad day today. I am sad. I am crying on the inside. This is not the way I wanted the year to end. I will be watching AFCON with no Kaizer Chiefs play. In my life, I can't believe I'll ever go through this. And it's happening. I am going through an 8-year drought with Kaizer Chiefs and no Chiefs player in Bafana Bafana. It's crazy. Amakhosi, subscribe to the channel.